You're looking at the home of one of the top real estate brokers in America.
This place was a total dump. I can't believe how much money I spent to renovate this place.
So when a guy who's made millions on real estate renovates his own home, you'd think it would be easy, right? Wrong.
This was the worst mistake I've ever made in real estate.
We'll get to that big mistake that cost him $700,000 and find out exactly how much he poured into this place in a minute. First,
Okay, so let's go inside and meet the star of CNBC's Listing Impossible, super broker, Aaron Kirman. Aaron!
Hey there.
Hi.
Hi.
Why does it look like you're in prison here?
Well, we like prison-looking houses
you
because that
doing?
means people don't want to go inside of them. And
I
it
thought
keeps
Beverly
us-
Hills was safe. Do you really need these bars?
You know, and we like safe homes, yes. It makes us feel very secure.
So we're super excited to see where the guy who sold $6 billion worth of real estate lives.
You're about to meet my two roommates.
These are guard dogs.
These are guard dogs. They will attack, they will bite, so you better be careful.
What are their names?
That's Jax, and that's Lucy. Come on in, welcome.
Amazing. Check this out.
So I wanted a really big open space to just kind of hang out.
Show me some of the stuff that you changed.
Yes, you had a really terrible, ugly, clunky marble fireplace. There were 3 glass doors with ugly shutters. One of the things that I absolutely hated about this house was the low ceiling.
How did you give the feeling of them being higher now?
So we did it 4 ways. The most important was we did these glass doors and they're floor to ceiling.
Okay.
And it really makes the ceiling so much higher. I added this mid-century wood wall here.
Yeah.
And we did floor to ceiling, and we did vertical lines, and it really gives it a great optical illusion. And another thing we did was this fireplace. We brought the fireplace to the floor.
Wow.
So we lowered it.
And that makes the ceiling feel higher?
Yeah.
And then I imagine that all the skylights you put in help too.
Skylights help. And we had a really small square kitchen that went here.
You just blew out the walls and then put in this gorgeous kitchen?
Yes, yeah. This is where I don't cook, but other people do.
This is awesome.
And the vent actually raises so that we didn't have to do
Wow.
any kind of vent over here as well. One of the challenges actually with remodeling is you get stuck with certain structural issues. The engineer was like, you have to keep these posts.
So what do you do with them? You turn them into a bar.
You actually turn it into a champagne trough.
It's like it's floating and it's made to be right here. I love this. We are going to hear the exact costs of the renovation and how much you paid for the house. But first, let's go see what's outside. This area is beautiful. What did this look like before?
So when I bought this house, there was an ugly kidney-shaped pool that looked like the kidney was about to die. It took up most of the space, so there was no yard, and there was no jacuzzi. Oh, and there was these hideous furniture that looked like your grandma's. This pool was probably $100,000 pool. It's a floating edge pool, so if you see there's no lines. We brought in all this mature landscaping.
How come?
Because I didn't want to see my neighbors behind me. So we spent, just in landscaping alone, $110,000.
Holy sh**.
For me and for most buyers, privacy is the most important part of any given home.
How many square feet is this place?
3,400 square feet.
And how many bedrooms and bathrooms?
3 bedroom, 4 bath. And this is my bedroom. One of my favorite spots of the house. I love
The
it.
dogs are the real masters of the house.
Of course, they lay on top of everything. I kind of liked it because it felt like a little sleazy motel-y, but actually it's a very expensive bed.
You were going for sleazy motel chic?
I was going for a sleepy motel, so you know, you always want your bedroom to be a little kinky and a little fun along the way.
Oh my God, I don't know what he's talking about, but I like the dogs.
Actually, by the way, this piece, super important, the artist is from Ghana, and this is actually her pantyhose.
What?
And she built this piece with pantyhose.
Did she wear them before she put them up there?
Not because I just touched it.
What else is in the master suite?
So you have a closet.
I love the bathroom. I love the tub and this window that makes it even bigger. This place is amazing.
But this is actually where my nightmare began. When I bought the house, I didn't check the permits, and I started a construction project. And once I started it, the city came to me and said, this room, half of the back bedroom, was illegal and I need to take it away.
So somebody who owned the house prior to you put an illegal extension on,
That is correct.
and then you got caught holding the bag.
That is correct.
Aaron says the city stopped construction and he had to remove the illegal extension.
So all of a sudden the house you bought is shrinking.
Yeah, they asked me to take away something like 600 square feet of a 3,100 square foot house.
It took months to come up with a whole new plan the city would approve. Construction went on for a year, and it all cost him an absolute fortune.
It was a $700,000 mistake.
How much does it cost to get permits from the city to see what the deal is on a house?
You might want to sit on the couch for this one, because the answer is it's free. I could go online, I could have searched permits, and it would have been pretty much $0. I made a devastatingly stupid mistake.
All right, so the moment we've been waiting for, how much did you pay for the house?
I paid $3 million for the house.
And how much did you put into it, all these renovations?
$1,300,000.
So you're in for $4.3 million.
Correct.
How much do you think you could sell it for today?
$4,500,000.
So you actually make money.
You would think, except that you have to incorporate closing costs, which are around 6%.
So minus another 270,000.
Correct.
That means you're losing.
$70,000.
Whew.
Thanks, Ray. This has been a great shoot. Really enjoyed it.
So what does that mean for you?
It means that if I was to sell my house today, I would lose money. But I'm not. And so at a certain point, we just wait, and either the market is gonna catch up to the price that I'm actually into it for. I can lease it, or I can live in it and enjoy it, which I am doing right now.
What do you think you could rent this place for right now?
$25,000.
A month?
Yes.
Wow. Is there an important takeaway that people can understand from your story?
Yeah. The takeaway would be always pull permits before you buy a house. Do your due diligence. And if you are going to remodel a house, make sure you correctly calculate the cost of a remodel.
Catch Aaron in an all-new Listing Impossible Wednesdays at 10 p.m. on CNBC. And we're gonna leave you with one more thing about Aaron's dog, Jax.
Well, funny story about the dog. The dog was also supposed to be a Labradoodle.
A Labradoodle?
Uh-huh.
A little short for a Labradoodle.
Well, it ended up not being a Labradoodle, and he ended up getting long and funky with a weird body and a big awkward head. So obviously he's a mix and not the Labradoodle, but he's a very sweet boy.
You got the bait and switch?
I got the bait and switch. This was the very expensive mutt version of a Labradoodle.